The fever to create. If what Proust says is true, that happiness is the absence of fever, then I will never know happiness, for I am possessed by a fever for knowledge, experience, and creation. Using this wonderful quote from Anaïs Nin as our first steps, we will continue on a wonderful journey.
This is a question I can answer easily, having so often asked it of myself. I believe one writes because one has to create a world in which one can live.
Nin was a prolific writer. She was born in Neuilly, a city outside of Paris. At age 11, Nin moved with her mother and brother to New York City after being abandoned by her father.
I could not live in any of the worlds offered to me. The world of my parents, the world of war, the world of politics.
She spent portions of her adult life in France, New York, and Los Angeles. She was best known for her writing, a catalog comprised of diaries, short stories, and quite a few novels.
I had to create a world of my own, like a climate, a country, an atmosphere in which I could breathe, reign, and recreate myself.
The work is regarded as powerful, disquieting, and sensitive. Her life came to an end in early 1977. In this video, we will explore the poetry of Nin's words. Pay close attention to the beauty of her language and the power behind her prose. Nin says, there are very few human beings who receive the truth, complete and staggering, by instant illumination. Most of them acquire it by fragments, on a small scale, by successive developments, cellularly, like a laborious mosaic. If you limit your choices only to what seems possible or reasonable, you disconnect yourself from what you truly want, and all that's left is compromise. My mission, should I choose to accept it, is to find peace with exactly who I am, to take pride in my thoughts, my appearance, my talents, my flaws, and to stop this incessant worrying that I can't be loved as I am. I don't really want to become normal, average, standard. I want merely to gain in strength and the courage to live out my life more fully, enjoy more, experience more. I want to develop even more original and more unconventional traits. We do not grow absolutely, chronologically. We grow sometimes in one dimension and not in another, unevenly. We grow partially. We are relative. We are mature in one realm, childish in another. The past, present, and future mingle and pull us backward, forward, or fix us in the present. We are made up of layers, cells, constellations. Our culture made a virtue of living only as extroverts. We discouraged the inner journey, the quest for a center, so we lost our center and have to find it again. Each friend represents a world in us, a world possibly not born until they arrive, and it is only by this meeting that a new world is born. The role of a writer is not to say what we all can say, but what we are unable to say. It is not easy to find happiness in ourselves, and it is not possible to find it elsewhere. I'm going to leave you with these words from Anaïs Nin. I write to recreate myself. We each write and read to recreate ourselves, better ourselves, learn of our inner truths and our surroundings. Take these words with you, spoken by a highly intellectual and accomplished woman, and discover yourself and be inspired to create something new.
The artist is the only one who knows the world is a subjective creation, that there is a choice to be made, a selection of elements. It is a materialization, an incarnation of his inner world. Then he hopes to attract others into it. He hopes to impose this particular vision and share it with others. And when the second stage is not reached, the brave artist continues nevertheless.
Anaïs Nin is widely known as a diarist. Nin knew, often quite intimately some of the leading authors, artists, and psychoanalysts, among other figures of the period. His diaries depict these characters with incredible depth of analysis and honesty of description. Here are the wise words.
We don't see things as they are, we see them as we are. Love never dies a natural death. It dies because we don't know how to replenish its source. It dies of blindness and errors and betrayals. It dies of illness and wounds. It dies of weariness, of witherings, of tarnishings. We write to taste life twice, in the moment and in retrospect. I, with a deeper instinct, choose a man who compels my strength, who makes enormous demands on me, who does not doubt my courage or my toughness, who does not believe me naive or innocent, who has the courage to treat me like a woman. And the day came when the risk to remain tied in a bud was more painful than the risk it took to blossom. Each friend represents a world in us, a world possibly not born until they arrive, and it is only by this meeting that a new world is born. How wrong is it for a woman to expect the man to build the world she wants, rather than to create it herself? Life shrinks or expands in proportion to one's courage. I am an excitable person who only understands life lyrically, musically, in whom feelings are much stronger as reason. I am so thirsty for the marvelous that only the marvelous has power over me. Anything I cannot transform into something marvelous, I let go. Reality doesn't impress me. I only believe in intoxication, in ecstasy, and when ordinary life shackles me, I escape, one way or another. No more walls. We do not grow absolutely, chronologically. We grow sometimes in one dimension, and not in another, unevenly. We grow partially. We are relative. We are mature in one realm, childish in another. The past, present, and future mingle and pull us backward, forward, or fix us in the present. We are made up of layers, cells, constellations. I must be a mermaid, Rango. I have no fear of depths and a great fear of shallow living. I'm only responsible for my own heart. You offered yours up for the smashing, my darling. Only a fool would give out such a vital organ. I am lonely, yet not everybody will do. I don't know why, some people fill the gaps and others emphasize my loneliness. In reality, those who satisfy me are those who simply allow me to live with my idea of them. Reality doesn't impress me. I only believe in intoxication, in ecstasy, and when ordinary life shackles me, I escape, one way or another. No more walls. I hate men who are afraid of women's strength. You live like this, sheltered, in a delicate world, and you believe you are living. Then you read a book. Or you take a trip. And you discover that you are not living, that you are hibernating. The symptoms of hibernating are easily detectable. First, restlessness. The second symptom, when hibernating becomes dangerous and might degenerate into death, absence of pleasure. That is all. It appears like an innocuous illness. Monotony, boredom, death. Millions live like this, or die like this, without knowing it. They work in offices. They drive a car. They picnic with their families. They raise children. And then some shock treatment takes place, a person, a book, a song, and it awakens them and saves them from death. Some never awaken. There were always in me, two women at least, one woman desperate and bewildered, who felt she was drowning, and another who would leap into a scene, as upon a stage, conceal her true emotions because they were weaknesses, helplessness, despair, and present to the world only a smile, an eagerness, curiosity, enthusiasm, interest. Man can never know the loneliness a woman knows. Man lies in the woman's womb only to gather strength. He nourishes himself from this fusion, and then he rises and goes into the world, into his work, into battle, into art. He is not lonely. He is busy. The memory of the swim in amniotic fluid gives him energy, completion. Woman may be busy too, but she feels empty. Sensuality for her is not only a wave of pleasure in which she is bathed, and a charge of electric joy at contact with another. When man lies in her womb, she is fulfilled, each act of love a taking of man within her, and act of birth and rebirth, of child rearing and man bearing. Man lies in her womb and is reborn each time anew with a desire to act, to be. But for woman, the climax is not in the birth, but in the moment man rests inside of her.